He was sure the Iron Man could do something. Compared to the Space Bat Angel Dragon, the Iron Man wasn't very big, of course. The Iron Man was only the size of a tall tree. Nevertheless, Hogarth had faith in the Iron Man. He visited the Iron Man in his scrapyard and talked to him about his great monster that was threatening the earth. "Please," he asked, "please can't you think of some way of getting rid of it? If you can't, then it's the end of all of us." The Iron Man chewed thoughtfully at his favourite tidbit, a juicy, spicy old gas stove. He shook his head slowly. "Please think of something," cried Hogarth. "If this Space Bat Angel Dragon licks all life off the earth, that'll be the end of your scrap iron, and there'll be no more people left to make it." The Iron Man became still. He seemed to be thinking. Suddenly his headlamp blazed red, green, blue, and white all at once. He stood up. In a great grinding voice he gave his commands. Hogarth danced for joy. The Iron Man had had the most stupendous idea. The Iron Man would go out as the champion of the earth against this monster from space. Chapter 5. The Iron Man's Challenge. There was no time to be wasted. The Iron Man allowed himself to be taken to pieces, arms, legs, body, head, all separate, so each part could be flown out to Australia on a different airliner. He was too big to be flown all in one piece. At the same time, a ship sailed from China, loaded with great iron girders, and another ship sailed from Japan, loaded with fuel oil. The Iron Man had ordered these. The girders and the oil and the team of engineers were unloaded on the beach of northern Australia near the Space Bat Angel Dragon's neck. Then the Iron Man's parts were landed at the same spot, and the engineers fitted him together. He stood up on the beach and shouted his challenge. "Sit up," he roared. "Sit up and take notice, you great space lizard." The Space Bat Angel Dragon sat up slowly. He had never noticed the fussing of the boats and aeroplanes down there on the beach near his neck. Now he gazed in surprise at the Iron Man, who seemed very tiny to him, though his voice was big enough. The Iron Man spoke again. "I challenge you," he shouted, "to test of strength." A test of strength! The Space Bat Angel Dragon couldn't believe his ears. A tiny little creature like the Iron Man challenging him to test of strength! He simply laughed, loud and long. Then he peered down again at the Iron Man, while the echo of his laugh was still rolling round the earth. He peered down out of the sky at his odd little thing on the beach, with the even tinier men scuttling around it. "And if I can prove myself stronger than you are, then you must promise to become my slave," cried the Iron Man. The Dragon smiled. Aircraft flew around, watching this amazing conversation between the Space Bat Angel Dragon and the Iron Man. Ships out to sea watched through telescopes. "And if you don't accept my challenge," shouted the Iron Man, "then you're a miserable, cowardly reptile not fit to bother with." The Space Bat Angel Dragon was so astounded that he agreed. "Why," he thought, "when this little silly creature has finished his antics, I'll just lick him up." So the monster agreed and watched to see the test of strength was to be after. After all, if he wanted, he could flatten the Iron Man with one eyelash. The engineer had fastened all the girders together in the shape of a grid, a huge iron bed in the size of a house. Under this way they had made a steel-lined pit. Now they poured fuel oil into the pit. The Space Bat Angel Dragon watched. Now they lit the fuel oil, and the flames roared up fiercely through the bars of the grid. And now the Space Bat Angel Dragon got his first shock. The Iron Man was stretching himself out on his back, on the grid among the flames, his ankles crossed, his hands folded behind his head, just as if he were in bed, while the flames raged around him.